call us at any time at 760-669-7813. We're back today with our special guest, Mr. Raymond, and we're going to go more into depth on his story and kind of some more investment strategies and kind of what he thinks on looking for houses and all that good stuff.
How you doing, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
So this is Robert, what do you got planned? So I know we have a couple of ideas. I wanted to start off the show really kind of with a bang because I think we could agree that all we're hearing on the news is don't buy, don't buy. Even some of the investors and really high profile people we listen to as far as investing, on one hand they're saying don't buy, it's going to crash, and then on the other hand, they're saying they're buying and buying up the real estate. The rich get richer, and the poor get fooled. So we're going to go over a couple of reasons why is the best time to buy always in the present, whenever you can pull it off. So any thoughts, Raymond, going into today?
I have a lot of thoughts, Robert. And first thing I wanted to mention, throughout the pandemic, when COVID hit, everybody was telling me, why are you buying? Why are you looking for houses at this time? Why are you going to be spending your money on something that may collapse and fall and you're going to lose a lot of money, right? Did I listen to them?
No, sir.
Absolutely not. You guys know my track record. And during 2020, when COVID hit, the restaurant, I just want to mention, Springhouse Family Restaurants, we did very well because we actually took accounts in from the county contacted us. So we made meals for senior citizens, and that's what helped us afloat and get through the COVID time, right? Not only that, guys, everybody would tell me, why are you trying to buy? Why are you trying to spend money when you might lose everything? And I didn't listen to any fear mongers out there, right?
Yeah, that's today's show. The topic is addressing the fear mongering going on.
Oh, wow. Oh, good guess.
And I'm 45, just turned 45 this year. I was thrown in this business in 1998, so I can speak from firsthand. In 1998, the going loan was a second mortgage loaning you 25% over the value of the house. That's how low values were, not only in America, but in California. Why did that loan work? We talked about simple interest in the past, because if you're paying off somebody's credit cards from $10,000 to $100,000, simple interest is the way to go. It was a huge savings. It helped a lot of people at the time. Values were super low. If I remember, the rates were in the 7s to 8s, and even got higher, a little bit after that. But, there's always something. Why did it work? Again, there was a shift going on at the time, but that's how I got thrown into business. But when you look at everybody who's bought and since then and now, long term, and not very long term, when we look at the ups and downs, I've seen charts since the Great Depression. It's not going to get easier. It's not going to get cheaper. And we talk about rates affecting payment more than price. And, I wanted to go over the buying power people have lost since the beginning of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
In 2014, when I bought that property, right, when I was able to qualify after a divorce and bankruptcy, that house was about $223,000. A brand new home, fell out of escrow, and I managed to pick it up for $223,000. Everybody was saying, "Man, that's so expensive. That's so expensive."
Yeah.
Mind you, it's a brand new spanking home. I was the first one on the throne. I was the first one to do everything in that house, right? Yeah. And look at the price now. The value of that home, I kid you not, is around $385,000.
Wow.
Yes.
So, long term.
Long term.
Yes, long-term investing is the way to go. Definitely holding your assets, and letting them increase in value like that is definitely one of the smartest investment strategies I think you can do personally. But I did have a question for you, and it's a little off topic with your long-living stuff, which there is a lot. Everybody's telling you, just like you guys said, that don't buy, don't buy, don't buy. When of course it's the opposite: buy when you can. When you can afford it, that's the best time for you to buy. But I had a question for you, Raymond. Life insurance, right? So I heard that you could use life insurance almost as a bank account. Now I'm not sure the exact parameters, but I heard you were pretty good at.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, Raymond, and Bobby and I were just having a discussion. This is a little off topic. But you knew the term. I couldn't remember it at the time, but yeah, Bobby had a question on that, just in general.
Yeah, I was just wondering how that worked because I heard about it and I was like, how does that work?
And you know what? I'm learning about it as we speak, guys. It's the acronym. It's an IUL, Indexed Universal Life Insurance. Okay, that's what the acronym stands for. IUL, and there's different life insurances out there. Now you have to find the best one and do your homework. Like I've always said, you have to educate yourself, right?
Right.
And I'm educating myself on IULs. So when I find the best one, I will definitely let you guys know.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I seen it and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I went to my dad. I was like, how does this work? You know, what are they talking about? And I can tell he was a badass. he knows the exact term. But
Yeah,
mine,
we were looking at
yeah. Okay.
Awesome. So have I. I've been kind of educating myself on IULs, and from the looks of it, and from what I've learned, it's one of the best investments. A lot of wealthy people have it. Now, the way I'm going to use it, guys, I have to have reserves in the bank, correct?
Right.
In order to qualify for loans. So instead of having that money sitting in a savings account through one of the bigger banks, right, and having a 0.02% return on interest rate,
Yeah.
why don't I look into something else that can give me a bigger return, like an IUL? And I believe those do average between 5 and 7% return on, so you can compound your money at that time.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you look at the return from the bank account and savings, that's a huge return in
Huge.
comparison.
Huge.
Kind of another place to dump your money.
Yes.
To stack. We talked about that last episode. Where can you stack? That's just another tool as, we hear out there in the, in the world. You hear it in real life. So, fear mongers. What would stop you from making a move right now in real estate? I hear a lot about credit card debt. If you're sitting there and you count your house payment, your car payment, your credit card minimum payments, and you pay all that up and it adds up to $3 or $4 grand a month, and then the next month you owe pretty much the same amount, and you're not maximizing your tax write-offs. So there's a bonus of rates right now, and that being still really good historically when it comes to mortgage rates. So when you compare all that managing multiple bills to one mortgage loan, maybe even having a safety bank account where you're able to not only pay everything off, build up 10 plus in the bank, have that to dip into so you don't go into other debt. But when you add up all your bills up to $4 grand and you compare it to one bill, $2 grand or less, just giving an example, when you're saving $1,000 to $2,000 a month, that net income is what a lot of people don't understand is everybody wants your blood, sweat, and tears, your net income. It's all about, that's kind of how we've structured Raymond's scenario, is all about keeping the cheapest monthly payments you can. That means you're paying the cheapest interest in your debt structure the best way it can possibly be structured. So, let's get into your scenario a little bit. Well, let's do a shout out. You guys can find Bobby and I, Robert Bomer and Bobby Bomer. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're all over social media. We work at FBC Mortgage, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 152859. My personal NMLS number is 322918. Bobby's is 2060902. You can call us directly at 760-669-7813. I've been talking with the gang here, even Raymond, because he's, again, a very great teacher when it comes to personally investing. we've been throwing around there. If we start getting some responses and people calling in or asking about it, we're thinking about putting together a home buyer education course. We'll see what kind of response we get. We'll keep shouting it out and see how it develops. But you can find us on, like I said, the social media, Facebook and stuff.
You just go ahead and search our names for the social media account. Bobby Bowler and Robert Bowler, we should pop up. Pretty simple accounts, very educational, and reach out to us if you guys are interested in us throwing together some type of event or course or anything like that. Yeah, then we're on YouTube too, our Mortgage Talk podcast. Go check out our videos, we post everything.
Tell us about where we can find you, Raymond.
Yeah, sure. I created a YouTube channel this year called Investing in Rentals. I found my passion. And the content that I put out is basically to motivate, to influence people in thinking outside the box, educating themselves, and investing into cash flowing assets. And also, you can reach me on Instagram at Ray Aquino and on TikTok at Aquino Ray 99.
Nice. And don't forget to visit his restaurant as well.
Thank you. You know what? Springhouse Restaurant, located in Hesperia at 16441 Main Street, Hesperia, California, 92345. Phone number to the location, 760-949-2441. It's an all-American diner. Been there for decades, and we've purchased this restaurant with one of our, with our associate of ours, our partner. And when did we buy? About 2018, I believe it was. Yes, 2018. Come check us out, please.
Yes, amazing day with you. So why would somebody buy right now? Why are the rich buying? Well, because prices have leveled out and dropped. You know, rates are still really good, you know, considering historically. The rich get richer because they're making moves right now. The best time to buy, this is my saying, is whenever you can pull it off. Because if you can afford it now, the payment only gets better in the future. You're paying your loan off, you have time. And it's like another investment. So, again, we're going to get in as we get into the show. But Raymond, as an investor now, because this is what we talked about, mindset, you're shifting into that rich mindset.
Yes.
Okay, we've talked about your latest investment. You've built an ADU. You've rehabbed a few homes, not to flip, but to put a top renter in there.
Absolutely. And we've talked about cash flow, right? The most important reason why I invest is for the cash flow every month. Now, another thing that we didn't get really into detail were the tax advantages of a rental unit, right? Of a rental property, investment properties. Thank you, Bobby. Okay, so normally investors, we buy properties so we can use depreciation for 27 and a half years when it comes to residential. If you're looking at commercial, it's 39 years of depreciation. This is what the IRS codes allow you to, the amount of years, right? So I'm into residential, single family homes. I can depreciate each property for 27 and a half years. And let me just really quick run down a formula on how it's done.
Get your notes ready.
Yes.
So we're taking notes too, everybody. And whoever goes to our YouTube channel to check out our videos is going to see we're taking notes.
Yeah, this is so powerful. That's why real estate is so powerful, okay? Because of the tax benefits. Now, this is a property, I'm running the numbers on a property that I bought in 2019, okay? Now, the way I found all of this information, and I looked it up before the show today, really easy, the county assessor's website. You go on there, right? You type in the address, the parcel number if you have it, and you're gonna come up to where it says value, land value and property value, right? So basically, you get the land value on that website, right? The total of the improved value along with the land. So the improved value is going to be, or the improvements is the structure built on the property, right? Those are the improvements on the land. Now, on this certain property that I bought in 2019, I paid $249,000. Closing costs were roughly about $8,000. So you add that up. That equals to $257,000. Now, the land on the assessor's website was $50,499. Total for last year was $252,490. This is what they have on their website, right? Now,
That's what the tax assessor is assessing his home at. They do that every year, a couple of years, or something. That's called
thank you.
tax assessor for the county of San Bernardino, which San Bernardino County is the best county in California, by the way. Go ahead.
Thank you.
And one of the biggest too.
The biggest.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
biggest.
The biggest.
So the depreciation, you can only depreciate the structure, right? The improvements on the land. The land you cannot depreciate. So what you're going to do, you're trying to find the value of the land so that you can depreciate just the structure, the improvement, correct? Okay, so this is the calculation that I'm getting to. So in the county assessor's website, for this property, it was $50,498. Now I'm going to divide that by the total value, including the closing costs. You can also depreciate the closing costs. You have to remember this. So that was a total of $257,000, right? Now, when you divide that 50 grand by 257,000, you get what was it? It was a 20%. 20% to
So
be
you divide
exact.
257 by 50,000 by the way.
Yes, and it was a 50%. I'm sorry, 20%. And then you multiply that by 100. You move the decimal. It's 20%. So at that point, you multiply 257 by 2.000, right? And then you'll get the 51,400, and you deduct that from 257,000. So your total. I'm sorry if I got mixed up in the process. So I'm basically trying to figure out the cost of just the structure, not the land, right? So what I can depreciate, the depreciable cost basis for this property is $205,600. You divide that by 27 and a half years. That's what the IRS allows you to depreciate. Yep, and that equals to 7,476. Now this is how powerful depreciation is when it comes to rental properties, guys. My cash flow annually is $6,498. Right? My depreciation for that year, every year for the next 27 and a half years, is $7,476. Guess what? I don't have to pay not 1 cent in taxes on that $6,492 that I made for that year on this property.
Exactly, and this is where, for disclaimer purposes, because I know the scenario well, he's confirming that we have an amazing tax professional, we both use.
Yeah.
But he's confirming that with his tax person. This is what he's doing. He's learning certain things so he can factor that into his equations.
Yes.
And doing his estimates. All this, he does not do his taxes on his own and has a professional confirm that. So talk to your CPA, but this is what he's talking about when you go to the next level, when we talk about one house leads to another.
Yes.
Get the house to live in, because once you do that, it leads to another one. A lot of benefits are gonna come into play as time goes on. Any thoughts on that, Bob?
No, that's amazing. So why don't you have to? I think it's appreciated, but why don't you have to pay taxes on that $6 million?
It's what the IRS code allows you for a rental investment property.
So because it's under the limit of the depreciation limit, you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
So, for example, if my cash flow was $8,000, I would have to only pay taxes on
The difference.
the difference,
Right. Okay. Like $8,000.
which would be around $525.
Very minimal.
That's what I would have to pay taxes on. That when it comes to the $8,000 that I received annually.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
So the annual depreciation for this property is $7,476. Since my cash flow is below that, when I'm allowed to deduct, use as a deduction, then all that is considered a wash. I don't have to pay taxes on it. But if I made more than $7,400,
You have to pay taxes.
I'd have to pay taxes on that difference.
God, that makes sense. Okay.
Sorry.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, thank you.
And to recap his equation, he took, because when you look up the taxes and go to the county, San Bernardino County actually has a really good website. He found out the land part of the tax assessor's assessment was $50,498. He was in the house when he bought it, and for cost and everything, $257,000. He took $257,000, what he was in on the house, what he spent and bought it
Yes.
for. He divided that by the land value, and that's how he came up with this $51,400. Then he took that amount, what he divided by the land value, and subtracted it from what he purchased the home for,
Yes.
plus certain cost.
Yes.
That's how he came out with the 205,600.
There you go. Thank you for explaining that better than
This is what we're doing
I
now.
was excited.
Yes, and then he has that for 27 and a half years. So basically, when he divided that by 27 and a half years, he came up with the annual depreciation that his tax professional will confirm. But for his numbers, $7,476. Well, that's his annual depreciation. That's a tax deduction you get. So,
Guys, this is just one property. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Robert. I get so passionate when it comes to this benefit that these investments give me because paying no taxes on $6,492, right? That's just one property. Can you imagine if you had 10 properties, 20 properties at this amount, and the depreciation basis is for 27 and a half years is 7,000, and you don't have to pay taxes on 70, 80, 90,000 of cash flow. That's how powerful it is. Sorry, guys.
That is powerful. That is powerful.
So fear mongering. Here's with the fear mongers.
But you're still doing that though, right, Raymond? You're still doing it.
Or is it buying the properties and ignoring the fear monger?
Yeah, mongering.
However you say it.
Yeah, let's go over your recent, and then I'll go over why rates affect payment more than price. How people have lost from 100,000 to 150,000 in buying power since the beginning of the year. We haven't seen prices drop that much, and they'll get dramatically if rates keep going up and prices keep dropping. Well, guess what? You're losing 200 or even more than what the prices are dropping. So get while the getting's good. But your recent transaction, you built up to this. He's used borrowed money. We've structured his debt right. But we're going to kind of get to where he's at now and why he's actually even calling up his agent and why he's getting ready to get in the game to even invest more. But he bought a 2-unit,
Yes.
cash money.
Okay, so the way I found this property, it was just by putting myself out there, guys, right? Talking to people, my coworkers, everybody that I come across. I'm into investing in properties. If you know anyone that might have a property for sale, and that's how this property came up, guys. One of my coworkers called me up one day. Hey, Ray, my uncle is selling a property in Pinyon Hills. And his name is Rainier. Shout out to Rainier. He just works for Cisco. He's my coworker, right? So shout out to him for giving me this deal, guys. And I told his uncle I got in touch with him, and I told him, let me go check it out. So I went and checked it out. There was 2 houses on the property. He was asking. He mentioned about 321,000, right? So this just goes to show you, just the list price or what they want to sell it for is just the number they're listing it for, or they're thinking it's worth, right? Now, I offered him because it was in bad shape, needed a new roof. It was built in 1944. I had to drop a lot of money to renovate this place. I offered him 128,000. He accepted, but he did say before he accepted, he said, "Man, Ray, I thought you were going to offer me 120,000. So honestly, I could have got it for less. I was kicking myself in the butt. Anyways,
Yes, wait until you see what he put in. This is where it becomes win-win because on certain conditions, when you're hunting for a house, if you're in the game, there's going to be a lot of listings that say cash-only buyers. Why? Because the house is not in a condition to where you can get a good loan, where you can get the loans you're hearing about for first-time home buyers and stuff like that. And we will get into creative stuff, and if you got skills, how with certain buyers in certain situations, you actually can compete with certain cash deals, not only with programs, but with being creative, which is perfectly fine. So get into where were we? You offered 128.
yes, 128, and through escrow. So it was seller to buyer. We had no real estate agent involved. And through escrow, you can let them know the terms, right? What you want. So I asked for closing costs, and he actually paid for my closing costs. And so, okay, so really quick, guys, $127,909. That was the total cost out the door for me to purchase this property, cash, because it wouldn't be able to have financing available, right? Because it was in bad shape.
Yeah.
Now what I'm dropping into the property to renovate, what I'm spending on renovations is $140,000, guys. Right?
More than what you bought it.
Yes, more than what. So all in, once I'm done renovating it, it's going to be $270,000 roughly is the total investment on this property. Now, aside from the two properties that it had already, I'm adding an additional unit, a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, to the front house and separating that completely. So out of the deal, I'm getting 3 units, right?
So your renovation, you took it from 2 to 3 units.
Adding value to this property, and I'm hoping that it praises for around 600,000 at this point. I'm gonna refinance, and that's where I'm gonna come to you, Robert. You're my lender, and I'm gonna tell you, Robert, I have a property that I want to refinance. Right? I believe the value of this property is gonna be so much, 600,000. We're gonna get it appraised, and then we're gonna hopefully refinance 75% of the value of the property at that point. Correct?
Yep, that's which that we're at, and why is the rates? Are the rates stopping you now? No, you need to replenish capital. You're about to, double and triple and get back in the game. Why? Because you know there's advantages of buying right now.
Check this out, Robert. Okay, after I rent out all the units, it's gonna be all rents added together equals to $5,500 a month. All 3 units. When I refinance that property, I'm planning to pull out 75%. Say I pull out 350,000, right? That's and I invested a total of 270,000. That's $80,000 above of what I invested. So I'm actually replenishing everything that I invested. Not only that, I'm pulling out an additional 80,000 to put in my bank, so that I can go buy more properties. So that's the burst strategy right there, guys.
Yep, the first strategy.
We're gonna take a quick break and a shout out to our host down here.
Wow, oh my goodness.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes left. We're gonna start doing shout outs and really kind of get in what we're gonna get in next week, because this is getting interesting. And really, like, when we look at replenishing that money, the burst strategy, this is how it's always increasing a lot.
Really quick with that equation, guys. I know we're about done. So when I go to refinance, roughly I'm going to be paying about $2,700 monthly, and mind you, I'm going to be collecting total rents of $5,500. Do the math. I'm going to replenish all the money that I put in, plus put an additional $80,000 in the bank account for more properties, and I'm still cash flowing around $2,100 a month.
Tax-free borrowed money, baby.
Boom!
Ooh.
Oh,
When you
powerful.
pull that cash out, it's because you're getting a loan on it. And you get write-offs on the interest. You
Yes.
get depreciation. I mean, it's the system we're in, borrowed money system. Take us home, Bob.
Okay, yeah, if you guys want to call us at any time at 760-669-7813, that's our phone number to reach us at. Robert Bowler's MLS number is 322-918. Mine is 2060902. Go look at our YouTube channel, Mortgage Talk Podcast. It's where all the videos are. You can see us taking notes, you can see our expressions, and kind of see a little more how the conversation goes. Mr. Raymond Aquino also has a YouTube channel, Investing in Real Estate. I found my passion. Go check it out.
Investing in rentals.
Rentals.
Yeah,
Sorry, investing in rentals. I found my passion. FBC Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Their MLS number is 152859.
Us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep, and go ahead and search our names on Facebook and Instagram. Mine is Bobby Bowler Home Loans. You can search Robert Bowler on Facebook and Instagram and find these pages as well. And Mr. Kino, what was yours social medias?
Yeah, investing in rentals. I found my passion. YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Ray Aquino, and on Instagram at Aquino Ray, and TikTok at Ray Aquino 99.
Where can they find the restaurant?
16441 Main Street, Hesperia, California. Springhouse Family Restaurant. See you guys there. Thank you guys. Man, it goes by so quick.
It does go by quick. We're also thinking about I'm not sure how much time we have. Okay, but we're thinking about putting together some type of event for our listeners and our watchers on YouTube, or just kind of for the community, a home buyer education course or an event where you guys can come talk to us and we'll have like some cool stuff going on. But that's all depending on how you guys react to that. So give us a call. Send us some feedback on how you think that'd go, and we'll put something together based off of how many people we get a hold of.
Yep, sounds good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, it was a great
fast as I can to
That's
get
it,
everything
because I
in
don't
there.
want to go over stuff.
The IR
I wish you guys could all